reshoring has been a big theme, of course, here in the U.S., but you can't transplant a mine, right? The mine is where it is. It's in the ground, and there's not much mobility related to that. I mean, and this isn't the first time that Indonesia has tried to encourage domestic downstream production by restricting or limiting exports. We also saw this with India recently, trying to lower the price of commodities domestically by restricting exports. But ultimately, I think that as we see the impact of higher interest rates globally and a relatively strong dollar, there'll be a high incentive for countries that are net exporters, as you depicted earlier, Chile and Peru, are going to want those currency. They're going to want those dollars. You're seeing Panama right now threaten a big copper mine to potentially shut down that first quantum mine. And, you know, we see these examples all the time. I don't know if it's new, but it definitely seems to be surging to the forefront. As copper prices get higher, you see national interests really try to hold on to some of that wealth. And so I guess that's not really that surprising, but it could be one of the factors that contributes to a higher for longer price. We just think that at the end of the day, many of these tactics are negotiating tactics and not necessarily long-term practices.
All right, so give us from an investor perspective on this then, Timna. What should investors be looking at in the copper market?
I think short-term investors should be wary of the stability of this recent run-up in the copper price because, again, copper availability, I think, is decent. And I think that with the ramp-up of Quellaveco, Quebrada Blanca 2, and Kamoa-Kakula, those are three big mines that are ramping up over the next 18 months. So we're not that constructive on copper in 2023. But for the long-term investor, I think there is a good story for copper. I think the EV piece of the demand is fairly small, but obviously growing substantially. So for an investor who has patience and a longer-term horizon, I think that copper is going to be a growth story. I just think that people are a little preemptive in thinking about the price strength from here.
All right, fantastic. Thank you for talking to us today.